Do I not have that one up?
I did not see the last session up. That's when I saw it was 16 from like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm usually like a couple
Yeah.
of sessions behind.
The downfall. I think it's really helpful if it's been a while since we played, and I can go back and be like, how did we end the last session?
Yeah, I do that with Palladium as well. It's like, what was that thing I did 8 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Bob.
Yep.
The Imperial Guard, are they only stationed here?
No, there are some Imperial Guard in Dustfall. They guard like the government building there, and
Are there any military units, frontline units that are Imperial Guard?
um,
What I'm kind of thinking is they're like the Praetorian Guard in ancient Rome.
mhm.
They were just in Rome guarding the emperor,
Right.
and I mean, it was a pretty cushy position. They weren't really beloved by the regular legions because they had the best of everything. They were paid more.
Yep.
And they didn't actually have to go out and fight. They might put down the occasional riot and stuff like that, but they weren't really, they weren't fighting German barbarians or things like that.
So these guys might be similar to that, with the exception that they are widely considered the most highly trained and by far the best equipped in the world. And like in addition to like guarding the emperor, they're about like extending the emperor's will throughout the empire, right? So there's a contingent of Imperial Guard in the in Duskfall, but the kind of the unspoken understanding is that they are there to keep an eye on like the nobility and the rulers of Duskfall,
right?
More than just to guard them, right? They're there
Right.
to ensure that nobody questions the will of the emperor.
So as a frontline soldier, I probably don't have that high an opinion of them because while I was in the trenches, they were sitting back here in the nice, comfy city.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these guys probably didn't see the frontline action.
And, the frontline troops weren't getting, the best equipment, the best food, et cetera, while these guys are living the life of Ryan.
Yep, I would say that is true. I would say that is. Yep, I'd say that's very true. So yeah, they and they are like a terrifying symbol throughout the empire. Anyway, so you guys did a little bit of scouting. If I recall, last time you guys did a bit of scouting around. You went and looked at the
hand. Yeah.
went and found the hand in the Emperor's menagerie. You viewed, you walked through the palace a little bit, at least the parts that are open, saw the little statues and stuff. You saw the emperor's light, the big artificial sun that hangs directly above the center of the city. And where else you guys? Is that pretty much it? You guys managed to get in here.
I found a bar. I found a bar with old soldiers.
We ate a Big Mac at McDonald's.
You did eat a Big Mac at McDonald's, and it was the best Big Mac ever.
Green as people.
You know, who knows? Maybe it is.
And people are very good and tasty then.
Yeah, we should eat it more often.
I mean, yeah.
So it might be time to kind of, put together a job.
Yeah.
Unless, well, I take it back. I guess you guys want to do some kind of open play stuff. Maybe, just to keep with form, maybe everybody should take a single downtime action just to kind of prepare. I think, yeah. I mean, to kind of stick with the format of our sessions, let's do that. Where is my downtime?
Oh, God.
All right, and because it always puts Jenny directly to my, to be the first one on my list. Jenny, is there any downtime you'd like to do while you're here in Imperial City?
Shopping?
Shopping? Okay.
Yeah, for maybe ingredients that aren't available back home, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, just kind of. So I didn't have anything specific in mind. She's mostly just like window shopping, and she sees something that she must have. She'll
Mhm.
purchase.
Okay. All right. So in window shopping and stuff, I think the one that there are a lot of like legal things are in like great abundance here.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, far in excess of what you find in Duskfall.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so any kind of normal legal stuff you can get, even fairly rare things, anything that might be like of questionable legal value, like anything involving like the demon blood, like the Leviathan blood and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It is nigh impossible to find
Okay.
here in Duskfall
Then I
or
won't
here
try.
in Imperial City.
Then I will try to find that stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Some of like the more volatile chemicals that you use. I mean, those you can't seem to be able to get your hands on, but a lot of the other stuff, a lot of mundane things, there's no problem getting them. Because Dustfall is just basically all black market.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, how about Joe? What do you got?
Oh, let's see. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of mental training. Working
Okay.
on some resolve stuff.
Okay.
Yep. Specifically studying a little bit of eh, uh, with spirit energy, ectoplasm, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty easy to get a hold of that kind of information in the in the huge library that the Emperor generously maintains for.
Mhm.
All right, and I got Lehman next to me from going left to right. If he can hear us, we can hear him. No Lehman? All right, how about Pete?
Oh, sorry, I was trying to talk, and I thought you were answering what my questions were. So I have a
Right.
question because I confused myself.
Okay.
Because I heard Jenny, and then I heard Joe, and it sounded like Jenny was doing free action stuff, and Joe was doing downtime stuff. So
Yeah, I might put some downtime stuff, but
It's supposed to be downtime. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I didn't look at the downtime actions. So
okay,
Yeah.
so I was confused for a moment. So let's see. I am going to lavishly sit down and heal.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can do that.
While I'm shopping, can I just make it into an acquire asset
I love it.
thing? And try to acquire an asset for the.
Oh, at least all I needed was one. So
Perfect. Why do you suck so much at healing?
I don't know. I just
Veterans had it rough for a while now.
yep.
Mm.
Okay. So Jenny's going to do an acquisition. Pete, what do you got?
Well, we don't need to reduce our heat.
Nope.
There's nothing else we need to do for the crew. We don't need to reduce stress. Jenny's trying to acquire an asset.
And yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if we just decided what that asset is yet, but
no.
wants to acquire something.
So if you have any ideas?
Well, I can either help you acquire the asset or I can train.
Up to you.
So acquiring an asset can include things like, trying to get like a pass to be in the
museum after closing hours.
exactly that kind of stuff.
Well, I guess I'll work my contacts at the old soldiers' home and see if any of them have like government jobs, that sort of thing, and maybe see if we can acquire a pass to the museum. Any of them work for a caterer, food services, maybe night janitors, night guards, anything like that.
Yep. Okay. So what are you going to roll to do that acquisition?
Yeah. I guess consort.
Okay.
Connections from my heritage, background,
Dig
etc. Position is
I think because you're in a police state now, I think it's going to be risky. I think there's going to be risk associated with
so effect.
trying to get things together for your job. It's going to be a regular event.
The effect to be standard,
Yep.
and I'm going to take 2 stress for a bonus die. And not do very well.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh man.
Why did you call Army Man motherless son dog?
Yep. All right. So set this up. You go to that Army's hall. The Foreign Legion bar. They're talking with the guy. So hey, by chance, does anybody have like some sort of an in with the menagerie? And man looks. The man says, he says, "What kind of a man are you? You say you serve the emperor, yet you skulk about and think that any of us might shirk our honor just at the drop of a hat. Not for a mountain of gold would I betray my emperor."
You must be one of those Imperial Guardsmen pukes.
Ah,
Never were on the front lines, were you?
he stands, and a bunch of other men and women in the bar stand up too. I serve the emperor selflessly. I would have given my life for the emperor, and still would. You best get out of here if you. You best. I'm going to. We're going to report to you now, and if you don't want to be here when we, I would not recommend being here when the guard arrive.
I'm gonna rub my nose vigorously. The universal sign of brown nosers,
Mm-hmm.
and leave. These people in Imperial City are brainwashed by the luxuries of the big city.
Sure. You think they're going to be? You thought they're just going to betray the guy who like created the sun and feeds them? I mean, they see what you look like coming. What could life have been for them if they'd been somewhere else? The emperor takes care of them.
Yeah. So why doesn't he take care of the rest?
Yeah, that's other people's problem. Yep. Sorry. I mean, if you rolled higher, there'd have been a whole different thing. But
Well, hopefully get these low rolls out now.
yep.
Do you need a ride? Yeah. Right, should get out there. Okay. For some reason we.
At least it's not me this time.
What?
Like, you think just because she told us that her mom was going to come get her, that her mom was going to come get her? Just because a kid says that their parents are going to come pick them up and we don't need to drop them off doesn't mean that's going to happen, I guess. How dare we trust the kids to know what's going to happen here?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sophia's not driving yet?
No,
Not quite.
Not at 14.
I took her out a little bit. She did a little bit of driving in some parking lots a while back. Probably.
We're driving.
So guys, we'll need to take about a 15-minute break for me to go drop the kid off at
Okay.
the back.
All right.
We'll
Okay.
wait until the kid's ready to go. I don't want to kids are kids. They all suck. And, so he says he's going to be ready to go in a minute. It's going to be like 10 minutes. We'll see.
Okay. Well, I think I've got a quick downtime if you just want to do it. I was just going to do since we're in the Imperial City, I'm going to drop in on a lesson of how to win friends and influence people at whatever university is around, otherwise known as train resolve. So
Hell yeah.
that should prove, and then I'll share that with Dash when I get back, because apparently he could.
It says, yes, madam, sir. How may I help you? You're from out of town, are you not?
I am. I lean in and look at his name tag. And it's nice to meet you, Michael. I'm
It is Michelle.
Michelle. Oh, I really should have known that, huh? So we're new in town, and I was just wondering, I just need somebody to help me figure out, the best places to get things, like to go for a meal, or other areas of town that should be avoided by, guests from out of town.
Well, from your attire, I believe most every place should be avoided by you, man. However, I can recommend some places for you to use. Most appropriately, not here. But of course, I am nothing if not helpful, and would be honored to tell you of the places places to go and most certainly in your case to avoid, madam.
Tell you what, Michael.
It was a mixed success, by the way.
Tell you what, Michelle. I mean, Yeah, Michelle. I would. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there in just a little bit.
Oh, we don't want her to get in trouble. We don't want you.
You don't want her to get in trouble.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, I tell him that I'm just gonna be showing up here and asking him for information sometimes, and
And I will be happy to get rid of you every time.
and
Very good.
yep, exactly. So if he wants me out of here, then he'll give me good information, and if if he doesn't want me to come back, he'll give me really good information.
Yeah. All right. All right, guys. We'll pause for about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes here.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I was open play stuff that we want to do, right?
Okay.
So, I guess one thing I would like to find out is Circle of Flame presence in the city here, in the Imperial City.
Okay. All right.
So, because we know that those are going to be some of our contenders for the hand. So. So, let's see. Is there any sort of body that kind of polices people in and out of the city, and or are there any like big names behind the Circle of Flame that are actually kind of somewhat nobility and might be moving in and out of the Imperial City?
Well, what you do know about Circle of Flame that is largely based in, that is based out of Dustfall. However, the reason the hand showed up here, so the Circle of Flame used to own the hand, but Lord Bora stole it, and brought it here, and it is now installed in the menagerie. Lord Mora was kind of the contact that you guys sort of had within the Circle of Flame. He was the dude that tried to, that talked directly to Dashel early on a few
Till he
times.
screwed us over.
How
Okay.
was it?
Over. He told you what would he told you that he wanted some level of cooperation from you. When you didn't do that, there were consequences.
We had other things going on.
Uh-huh.
So when it made its way into the menagerie, that do we know how it got here? Was it like gifted or taken? Or?
I don't know that it's entirely clear. That could be something to investigate, I suppose.
Yep, I think so. I'd like to investigate that. I'd like
Yeah.
to investigate Circle of Flame coming and going, and also I think that we'd probably like to investigate just the menagerie in general, like its grounds, its sub levels if it has any. So I'll go ahead and get started with a one consort check to do the investigations into the tracing the path of the hand.
Okay.
But position.
Well, I think everything's going to be a little bit risky. So
Okay.
a little bit of downside for you.
Standard effect.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I think it does seem how would you learn that? Okay, I think the plaque at the menagerie on the hand says that it was donated. It was donated by Lord Mora of Dustfall. However, you find somebody, somebody involved with the with acquisitions at the menagerie, and learn that this Lord Mora arrived with this artifact and donated it for a fairly large sum of money and a home somewhere in the mid ring of the city.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess is it easy enough to follow up to find out kind of where that home is if we decide to take some action with that later?
It might take a little more investigating to find out exactly where, but you get the general neighborhood.
Okay. So I can make another investigation into the Circle of Flame ins and outs within the city. But I think probably someone else more architecturally minded or snoop or stealth minded should look into the kind of just layout of the place as a whole. But so I'll go ahead and pull off another consort just to ask around about the Circle of Flame. Oh, good grief.
Oh, nice.
Maybe. I believe that is correct. I would say as far as like so I think so the Circle of Flame itself, you're pretty sure does not have like a permanent like presence here in Imperial City. However, you do get signs of the other teams, that are here for to try to get the hand.
Oh, did we know about other? Okay.
That was you may not have been here for that session, but
Yeah, sorry.
there's you do find out about the group of billhooks that are here in town. They've been a little clumsier than you, but so you're pretty sure that the authorities know about them, kind of keeping an eye on them.
Let's see here. The bill hook's the one that we paid with counterfeit coin.
I apologize. Lamp black.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ones that we are still sort of friends with, or did we?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Pretty firmly friends with them.
Yes, lamp blacks are the ones that we're friends with who Dashel wants to betray.
Yep.
Not
Wow.
being them.
That was just a fucking loose cannon.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with this at all.
Yeah.
And
It
then,
is an avatar of strife and chaos.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I love about this game. I mean, like, Dash was a pretty fucked up dude and is basically just doing random shit all the time. but not in a, but not like you would see in like a Dungeons and Dragons game where there's like this, one character who is like trying to get the party in trouble all the time. It's a lot more subtle than that, but also pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it, guys.
Yep. And just think, he's not the one who's in the Armageddon cult.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. You do have a couple of players, slowly but surely working their way towards, annihilating the world, or at least, they're part of it.
Well, the funny thing is that idea to approach the Red Sashes was actually Case's idea.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dash was just acting on it. He's easily swayed.
All right. Okay, where were we?
So we found the lamp blacks are
The Lamp Blacks around, and there was another team that said was going to be in here.
Maybe the Lamp Blacks are betraying us by also taking on this job.
So I think, so you spot the Lamp Blacks, and you see that there are some what are almost certainly Imperial agents keeping an eye on them, because much like you guys, their Dustfall origins are glaringly obvious here in Imperial City. But they're not acting like they have any other kind of business here in town, aside from keeping an eye on this menagerie place. They're not nearly as subtle of guys. I mean, they're a team of bravos. They're if I keep saying billhooks occasionally, the Lamp Blacks are they're a bunch of bravos. So they're really just a bunch of tough dudes. I mean, they're all about like fighting street wars, not stealing shit. However, you do notice there does seem to be, there's kind of subtle. There does seem to be another agent keeping an eye on them. But as soon as you get try to get a little closer to see who this person is, he vanishes. So you're pretty sure there's somebody else aside from the Empire keeping an eye on the Lamp Blacks.
Dashiell, I got good news for you.
Which might suggest that there's another team here kind of working this job. Which makes sense because when you found out about this job, the amount of coin offered was pretty exorbitant. And it makes sense that there'll be some other folks here looking to do it.
And so I have overlooked something as well. Do I have clothing and bearing on hand to sort of fit in here, or am I still very obviously a dirty Duskfallian?
Well, the difference a lot, more is in like your guys' complexions, and
We're pale.
yeah, like all you guys are like, well, yeah, so everybody from Duskfall is scrawny and pale and sickly, which you didn't notice nearly as much until you showed up here and saw all of these people who all look like they're living like noblemen. They have, kind of pink colored skin. They have, they have much fuller fleshy flesh, and yeah, aren't covered in boils and rashes like you guys are, and rat bites and and scratching at mice, okay, all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shit you guys didn't notice back in your home, back in Dust Ball, but here, I mean, it's really obvious.
Here we're all wondering, how do you like not scratch at the lice? And people will be,
Exactly.
and they're like, lice?
I think,
Hey guys,
Don't
I
have
heard
lice.
this thing is called, for my new friend Michelle LaRoche.
Mhm.
It says a bath is something.
So that's how you guys are. That's how you guys are kind of standing out. I mean, that's how you guys are really standing out. You physically don't look the same as people who live here. But it's also incredibly uncomfortable because the sun is shining all the time. It never goes down. It never goes out. Anytime you're outdoors, there's almost no shadows because the sun, hangs high above like the center of the city and casts light like directly down. It's like high noon all the time,
Oh, wow.
day and night. It is, in fact, the opposite of Dust Wall.
Okay, so I will share with Dashel that there's another group in town, and that not sure exactly how to find out who, other than that they do have someone watching the lamp blacks, and I will ask Min, what does she want to do about trying to survey the menagerie? Do we want to try to find like some actual architectural diagrams, or just eyeball it?
I mean, you know what? Let's go ask Michelle. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Maybe an archive somewhere where we can a library or something where we can look up. The menagerie is a municipal building, right? Like it's
Yeah, it is.
owned by the
Yep.
the city, so plans should be on file probably somewhere, assuming. Yeah. So yeah, let's look for a map of, or yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bob.
Yep.
So, Case had told me that there's some lamp blacks here in town,
Yep.
and that they're being watched.
Yep.
So, who watches the watchers? I guess I do.
Okay. All right, you're gonna keep an eye on them. Meanwhile, the simulators are gonna go to the library and see if they can find some architectural files.
Yep.
Groovy. I think we can roll for it. I think so. You can because it's an organized police state. I think all that shit is there, and you can just look it up. So there's I think what you do find is there are like there are like employee entrances in the back, and they there's only a single guard there at that's supposed that once you kind of cross reference with checking around the building and stuff, it seemed that there's really only one guard to watch the employee entrance in the back, and as opposed to like the 8 or so that are throughout the building, and the 2 posted right at the very entrance. To show, just of course to as a show of imperial power. And yeah, it's not like there are a lot of employees there. So like if aside from at shift change when there's really kind of double the number of people, and in the middle of shifts, there's most of the workers, it looks like, are out in the menagerie itself, and are probably not in a lot of those offices in the kind of in the back.
What kind of table are we operating under here, team? I mean, can we watch the ins and outs for like 2 days to see who are the people taking out the trash and the the regular lay people? That would be
Pretty
useful.
much. I think our train's scheduled to leave in like 3 weeks. So
Okay.
yeah. So the problem's not having enough time. The problem's having too much time.
More time for me to get into trouble.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're watching the watchers. You do see that it looks like you're sure that the lampblacks know that they're being watched. They're you got to look at various members of the team as they're kind of going about their drinking and kind of and like their occasional visits to the menagerie. And I'm pretty sure the guy leading the squad. Let's see. Let me come up with the name for this guy. Anybody have a good name for a ruffian squad leader?
Bruno?
Bruno. That's a good name.
Shouldn't talk about him.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So it's Bruno No Name.
Yep.
And because he really just doesn't like his name.
Yeah.
Bruno, you do recall, is a pretty clever guy. And in spite of his massive frame and just really ugly scarred face, he has a very sharp mind. So you're sure, like you're sure, even though he's not showing it. He definitely knows he's being watched. Do you imagine that that at some point they're gonna do something to kind of slip the folks that are watching them and try this job?
Now, do I think that they're going after the hand?
Basil Baz essentially told you as much last time you talked to him.
Okay.
You told him about this job in Imperial City and that it was worth a lot of money. And he was like, "Well, if it's an open contract, then me boys may have to check into it."
So they're cutting into our business here.
Oh. It is kind of an open contract. So.
We said no to exclusivity.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Of course, these guys too, and their gear and training and stuff is at best about on par with yours. Certainly not better.
Yeah.
And it seems unlikely that, even though this guy's pretty clever, unless he's got some other bags, some other tricks in his bag, they're almost certainly, their tactic is generally a smash and grab.
Uh huh.
So, hmm, okay, we need to just find a way to lift that hand without it being noticed. I know they'll probably have some kind of some kind of spirit device watching it, kind of like the cameras at what's his face's place. Yeah. So we need to figure out how to hide the hand from the cameras or from other detectors. Hmm. Huh. If there's any,
So we just park a cleaning cart in front of it for a bit, and then when we move the cart, it's gone.
yes, yeah, but also we need to have a way to keep them from sniffing it out. Kind of.
No, last time, did you guys talk about maybe making a fake hand?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every
Well,
yeah.
It's been a few weeks, but I think,
Yeah,
I think
we did. Yeah.
yeah.
you guys talked about making a fake hand
Oh,
to switch out.
Oh yeah.
big hands plan.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, fake hand. mm, That's yeah. Let's see. Uh, I'm thinking about something that would be like the spirit equivalent of a Faraday cage to put around the thing, so that it's more difficult to detect.
Is there such a thing? I guess.
It's like um, we have we've developed like uh, let's see, rituals to hide our activities from the notice of the top secret pose. So I mean, if we had something like that going to just disguise the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, Dash will give me what is it? Your survey.
Survey.
Yeah. Just a straight up survey, no risk or anything.
So risky,
Yep. Just middle of the line for all of it.
standard.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So you do spot the same guy that Case had been mentioning. This
Yeah.
this guy who's in addition to the Imperial, obviously Imperial agents hanging around. This other guy who's kind of snooping in the same area as you. Um, he checks the place over, seems to verify some details, and then heads off. We're able to follow him, and he does a good job of like, using like double blinds and stuff to try to shake any tails.
Right.
And then shows up and then goes into a small apartment building. That's located, about 4 or 5 blocks from the. Let's say 4 blocks from the menagerie.
Okay. Report back to the group. Now, this is the guy that's been watching the lamp blacks.
Yep.
So
Did
after letting him know about the location, I'm going to go back there and watch that location to see who else goes in and out of that apartment.
Okay.
is man? Is he look like from Duskfall or is he Imperial?
Does he look normal or fat and healthy?
What can I tell about him?
You think he's probably also from Duskfall?
He looks kind of normal.
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy.
Okay.
One of our kind of people.
Yep. He didn't get a really look at his face or anything, but like just from his size and such, he was, you're pretty sure that he's Duskfall.
Yeah.
Are we Duskfallian?
Sure.
So yeah,
There's probably a term. Duskfallian sounds good to me.
that's Duskfallites.
Duskfall. Yeah. All right. So, what else are you guys looking to investigate? And we're looking to kind of wait until closer to your departure dates to do something here.
Right, that sounds pretty. What do you guys think? So if we wait till closer to our departure date, we run out of time to do things maybe, but we have less chance of still being in the city when it's noticed it's missing.
Are we still going to try? Are we going to still look into maybe making a replica?
Yeah, the fake one. I think we talked about that. Maybe.
Yeah, I think we may as well. I mean, at least have one. Whether we
I mean, if the lamp blacks steal it, we could always steal it from them and give them the fake one.
Mhm.
would be good to know who this third party is, though.
Yeah.
Do we have any like spirit watchers of our own that could find out who's watching the lamp blacks?
Mm.
So who would that be?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's not really Victor's thing anymore. Unless let's see.
Hmm. Are we in free play right now? Or?
I think pretty much. Yeah.
I'm surprised Dashel hasn't mentioned it, but he could always just murder him and we could identify the body. But
It's, um,
I don't want to bust into the room and find out it's filled with Imperial guardsmen.
yes, yeah. Only we had someone who could like just
Seeing as I don't have
like
weapons,
glance through the wall and
Um, I think Chef ready to move. So it's but so I think you guys spend a couple of days like investigating and watching people and stuff, and come the third day, kind of early in the morning, Dash would go out to go check on the lamp wax, they're doing, and you notice something wrong like right away. Like you go over there, you see, the agent, the Imperial agent is sitting there, kind of watch, keep an eye on the place. There's a what looks like a lamp black sitting at the bar until the person gets up, and you see it's not one of the lamp blacks. It's somebody who's just wearing one of their jackets.
so they're probably pulling the heist right now.
Mm.
all right. Well, shall we head over to the menagerie?
Yeah, let's do it. We head to the menagerie.
yeah, we want to split up, and some people check out the front door, some people check out the employee door, and see if if guards are still in place. Then
Yeah.
walk to the other door.
Yeah.
And meet up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
through the front.
Is that like everybody heading there? Go check it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, what kind of load are we carrying?
I
I
was
have a
thinking
feeling we might need it.
medium because we're tourists, so we could be carrying, I mean, things around with us.
Mhm.
Now, would that not include armor?
Yeah, probably not wouldn't that medium stealth load?
Right. I'm just like,
Yeah.
just want to like, kind of talk through what you guys, since this is a little different than a basketball job.
Yeah, this urban setting.
This is a place where you certainly don't want to be walking around with a visible weapon
Right,
or look like you might be going to war.
right.
Mhm. Yeah. Let's see.
So I am not going to Menagerie. I am going to be outside of the Spotlight's
Okay.
apartment. 'Cause I think he will take from Lamp Blacks, then he will come back.
Okay. So all right. So you're gonna go up there. You're gonna check them out. So at the menagerie, when you show up at the menagerie, um, like just as you're like walking in, like alarms start going off, and the place, the like big, heavy bar, heavy pork lisses, like locked down, and trapping people inside. Um, I think for the sake of like you'll just feel kind of be like just on the outside as like everything gets locked down. Um, and after about 30 minutes of commotion, um, you'll see people like all being kind of ushered out of the building, and then come the paramedics with taking like 5 people out on covered stretchers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Get a look at the people on the stretchers.
Yes.
Well, they're certainly not Imperial Guardsmen.
Yeah.
What's that?
They're definitely not Imperial Guardsmen.
It looks like maybe the Lamp Blacks tried and failed. How do we find out? Can we?
Um,
Oh, I mean, we could just follow the paramedics to where it's.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to ask someone
as
who.
alarm starts going off, I think Vetra, you see one of the, you see probably that same agent, come out, come out the front door of this apartment. You get a, from where you're sitting,
Mm-hmm.
because hiding is like your thing. You can see he's a Severosi. He's a, kind of a tall black guy with dreadlocks, and he makes his way out, towards the menagerie.
I follow.
Okay.
As I hum little ditty about there's a little black spot in the sun today.
Nice. Um, he doesn't seem to see you. He meets up with another Severosi who's sitting on a bench. Also kind of looks like they're probably from Duskball. And they sit down. They sit together on a bench and talk. Talk a little bit, kind of gesturing towards the commotion that's going on at the menagerie. Getting a closer look at them, you're pretty sure they're from another gang called the Silver Nails. They are they're a pretty renowned group of Severus mercenaries who are renowned ghost killers.
Mm.
Interesting.
But again, like you guys, I mean, they kind of you assume they kind of branch out and do other stuff too. So yeah, after a few hours, the menagerie opens again. And you guys gotta go in. If let's say you guys send somebody in to go look. Now it seems that there's a guard station kind of permanently in that area where the hand is.
So does the hand appears to still be on?
Oh yeah, the hand's still there.
Okay.
There's a crack. There's a crack in the glass. But otherwise, it looks like it's just fine.
Okay.
And a few blood stains on the on the carpet here, but you assume this will be cleaned up by tomorrow.
Yeah. But so they're letting visitors in. Like we're visitors.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
letting visitors in right after this happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did seem to their security is a little tighter in this spot now.
Are there any menagerie like employees, tour guides, people like that around or?
I mean, of course, yeah.
Okay. So I'll approach a curator and just be a rube from Dust Hall. What happened here? A little while ago, there was big commotion. What happened?
Oh, someone got in their head that it was that they could steal from the emperor. I can imagine the foolishness of somebody who thinks that they could steal from the emperor.
My goodness, yes. What happens to them? I can't wait to find out.
Well,
What happens to someone who tried? What happened to the people who tried to steal from the emperor?
The guards take care of them. I mean,
Are they?
He kind of tilts his head towards the the big red stains on the carpet. near
And make
in that
like
display.
really big eyes and like draw my finger across my neck like and then like mimic like the dying face like and
He
look at him like really?
he
Yeah.
shrugs and says, "I have no idea what they were, what those people were here for. It's not like any of these artifacts or anything anywhere near as interesting as the ones in this wing over here. Um, have, I, have you not seen the artifacts from Severosi?
Why don't you tell me about them? I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, they will tell you all about the
Okay.
Severosi ghost charms and uh, and all of these these fantastic cultural artifacts, showing the breadth and variety of all the places that
The
the
Emperor,
emperor controls.
yep, shines his beneficent light. All right. Yeah, that's enough for me for now. I look at the Severosi artifacts, and I think I spend a little time looking around in the room where the hand is to see kind of if I can figure out what their plan was and how it went wrong. After I
Yeah, sure.
after
Looking
looking
around.
at the several.
You would guess. It seems pretty obvious that the Lamblacks are just bravos. So you're pretty sure they just they do smash and grab stuff. So they usually they
So
just like
they just walked in and tried to take it.
yeah, just try to grab it. They're gonna like fight their way out or run to someplace, and that
Did not work.
no, it looks like. I mean, you would guess from from the evidence. It looks like they didn't get very far at all. Like they tried to smash the glass, they couldn't smash the glass, and then the guards were on top of them and killed them pretty fast.
Got it.
Which is impressive for they. I mean, the Light Blacks are not pushovers. I mean, they're
No.
the team they sent were pretty tough guys. But Imperial Guard, they are the best in the world
Yes. Well fed.
and have the best gear.
Well fed, best gear, best training. Yeah.
Yeah, they got big halberds with laser guns on them.
Gross.
Yeah.
I mean, cool.
Okay. All right, so you learned a few things.
I'm gonna see if I can talk to. Oh, where's my character sheet? Lucian Longhorn, and see if there's a way to get ourselves onto the cleaning detail for the night, so we can have.
Nice. Okay.
And I have an idea about trying to distract any night guards that there might be from the room with the hand in it by creating a disturbance in the room with the things that are more valuable that the curator was like Elysian or whatever
Severosi. Yes.
artifact.
Spirit charm room.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if if these things are really considered more valuable, if we can set up some sort of a distraction in the spirit charm room to draw a guard presence there while the cleaning crew takes the hand.
Have we made a replica hand or not?
We've talked about it.
Yeah, I've talked about it. It could be a flashback sort of thing.
Yeah. So
Do you guys want to do this as a job now? Always get started on it.
if
I
everybody
think
else
it's as good a time as any.
is ready for it.
Okay. So let me look at. All right. So the engagement roll. Start with a D. 1D. This operation bold or daring? I would say so. Contacts. No, I'm gonna think it's gonna be 2 dice for this one. There we go. We get a 6. All right. So we're gonna assume you guys. So I think a 6. I'm gonna kind of skip the first part, like um, the first hazard to get past. So we're gonna assume that you guys were able to get inside the place as the cleaning crew, and we're gonna start the action inside this one. Now, keep in mind, this is not nighttime. Again, because the sun is up all the time. So it's like broad daylight. You guys are in here during the. I think the way that we'll set this up, they have like two 10-hour shifts that the place is open, and then there's a 4-hour like cleaning window set aside for a lot of businesses. And so this will be the customary rest time, and you're going to be in here doing some of that menial blood cleanup work.
Oh, good. Rubbing the blood off them.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Yes.
Also, the glass is cracked. It needs to be replaced.
Glass is cracked and will need to be replaced.
True.
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to start the action there. You guys are in the menagerie, like at the hand, with your cleaning supplies and such.
All right. Where are the guards right now?
There is a guard here.
Okay.
Because of the failed attempt before.
Right.
They're not actually sure exactly what this person. So the hand is in like a group display of a number of artifacts.
Right. So they don't know which item was being.
Yeah, they're not positive that the hand was the thing that anybody was trying to do, but they're just like keeping an eye on this area anyway.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
At least you don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who wants to do a thing?
Are we restricted only to this room for the cleaning, or are we assigned to clean other areas?
Well, you're part of the cleaning crew, so I guess you could clean other areas too.
Okay, cool. Well then, I'm going to go into the expensive stuff room, and I'm going to look around the room and look at a couple of the larger artifacts, the bigger things, right? Like I don't know, a statue or a pillar of something, whatever, a bigger thing. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of my what is it called? The oil that makes things drift oil on a couple of them.
All right.
So I'll look at my.
So it's it could be like some tall like fertility effigies, like
huge penises.
Yeah, with massive penises.
Massive penises. I'm going to put the drift oil on the testicle parts of the penises so they float upside down with the
penis is rising up in the yeah.
So the penises are so they float right up. So the penises, so the phalluses are rising
like scraping the ceiling
into the air and plunging upward into the ceiling.
Okay.
Or bumping against it at least. Why not? You're welcome. So that uses up like 2 of my bandolier things, and then after that, I'm.
What kind of role do you think this has?
What kind of a role is it to put Well,
do this without being, without being noticed.
yeah, I
and that
mean,
kind of sneak out.
probably was it Tinker or something like that, or
That seems finessey or tinkering.
finesse.
I'll take either one.
Finesse could be it. Yeah, subtle misdirection, sleight of hand. You know. So I'm just going to be like sweeping the floor around the area of these phalluses, and then get some of the drift oil on them and see what happens. So I am rolling, and my position is, would you say
definitely risky?
Yeah. Cool. Effect is standard.
Yeah.
Okay. Bonus dice. No, let's just see what happens. Okay. There you go.
Doesn't make success. All right, so so you you do this in you put them on like some Severosi
Ooh, I think
fertility idols.
I have an idea for a bad thing that could happen.
Sure, let's hear it.
While I'm over there putzing around with them, like just before they start to float up in the air, I like accidentally dump like something else slips out of my bandolier and it doesn't shatter, but it just like another vial of something drops on the floor, makes a loud clattering sound, and draws the attention of the guards that are already in the room to what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of where I was headed.
Yeah.
It's like I think these things start floating, and the guard that was in the room, kind of watching the hand, comes over to see what's going on. Sees you, and it says, "You stop where you are. What happened here?"
Oh my goodness, I was just sweeping the floor over here, and this is my first night, so I really hope I'm not in trouble because I need this job. I just came here from Dustfall. I'm trying to make my way in the world.
Okay, so he's going to have you locked down, questioning you for a bit.
Got it.
So what's happening in the room with the hand?
Oh, meanwhile, the phalluses are starting to float.
Yeah, they're rising up.
I kind of want them to be behind, like in my imagination.
Like behind him,
they're
as
like
he's
behind
talking
him,
to you?
so he's talking to me, and they're like.
Okay, all right, I'll allow it.
Just for fun.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm down.
Thanks.
That's what it looks like.
I'm gonna start going around as if I'm surveying the floor, finding all the blood spots, and like start setting up the equivalent of cones or whatever. And then, as I find more blood spots, I'll widen the area, and and whenever I get, even if I have to pretend to find blood spots, I'm going to just give us wider and wider area around the working area to get and ask the guard, excuse me, sir, be very deferential, but say that.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
I guess I'll have a bucket with a scrub brush,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be scrubbing at the spots.
Right on.
And
Okay.
if there is a guard in there, maybe if we need to at the most opportune moment, I'll knock the bucket over onto his boots, shoes, whatever. Be extremely apologetic as I try and clean off his shoes, but something to keep him distracted. So if we try to swap out the hand or whatever.
Well, right now, the guard who was in this room is distracted by the motion in the other room with the floating stuff, right?
Maybe I was gonna do a little more to try to distract them.
Okay. All right.
But I'm kind of like a plan B.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as they're distracted, I guess I will make the switch.
I guess that needs to be one of our first things to do, right? Is take down the glass and in a manner that looks like we know what we're doing to replace it.
Right. So I think that's That seems like a tinker sort of thing, but I can be persuaded it's some other sort of a role. Who's making the switch anyway?
Wow. Yeah, it's okay. Anyone good at finesse?
Not
I think our Tinker Finesse
I
person is in the other room.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
boy.
I'm in here making trying to make a distraction. I didn't think about being needed elsewhere.
Yeah.
I can switch.
Okay. Wow.
Bring out the big piece of glass and start
Oh. I'm trying to think of what the
taking
what the-
the broke piece away.
yeah. Let's see. That's if we can consider that carefully applied sabotage, I can
Okay, cool.
to remove the glass, I can wreck it.
I've got a pretty good tinker.
Well,
Okay.
is it so?
Or,
I have another action
you know, if,
but yeah, I'll make sure. I don't know who's had
thing
it.
off.
Sorry.
So who's gonna take this glass apart?
you know what? If you want to wreck the glass, I will explain to the guard that this is just normal procedure and that
Yep.
this allows us to carry it out in smaller pieces.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
It was already broken, sir.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it can't be mended, so it needs to be,
Yeah.
demolished anyway.
Yeah. We.
You make your wreck, I'll make a sway. We're good.
Yep. Okay.
All right, I'll allow it. You convinced me.
Yeah. We do have the other glass that's
Risky.
Why do you
going in
guys
to
the
replace
same
it.
in games?
Effect is still standard.
Yep.
Not
Okay.
as. But
Oh, jeez.
Aldo bounces himself off the glass.
Yeah. It now has 2 cracks in it. I think, I think it causes an alarm to sound, like an automated alarm to sound.
Oh
and
no.
calls, and it calls, several guards over. So where's the meaning of this?
I I was trying to remove this this piece of glass to replace it with the other piece of glass.
Yeah,
The new one.
apologies, sir. The new guy here doesn't recognize the weak points in the already broken glass, so he tried to he attacked it at a new structurally sound location, and we need to break this apart so that we can move it out of here and get our new glass placed in place. So, in fact, maybe if you would care to help, you could.
Could you help me break this glass? Can you help
Yes.
me break into this case, please, guard?
By yeah.
I love the boldness of it. I am trying to steal something, and I was hoping you would help me break the glass.
Okay.
You want another roll, or is that, or are we good?
So we're good, right?
Oh boy.
The guards are probably
Um,
bored and going, okay, we'll just watch this guy replace the glass because we're bored.
one of them shakes his head, and he walks over and like casually just pushes his hand through the glass and causes it to shatter, like it's basically nothing. And
Impressive.
and says, "You may proceed."
That
But
was handy. Hope
guys are
slash
like,
runs.
these guys are in like full power armor. You never see their faces. They just kind of have these glowing eyes. From the from the electroplasm that's kind of helping power their armor. And he walks back. He says, "Stop disturbing us."
from your important
Okay.
round.
Bob,
Yep.
do they watching us now, or are they going back to the floating phallus room? Or
I think the,
19.
okay, all right. So yeah, so back to the floating phallus room. The guard that was
So the
standing
guard's
there. Yep.
leaning in, like chewing me out, right?
Yep.
And so I get to use my new power that I haven't used yet,
Oh no.
which is I am now venomous, and
Okay.
I can push myself to secrete trance powder through my skin or saliva or exhale it as a vapor. And I believe I'm going to blow glittering blue trance powder into this guy's face
Wow.
as he's leaning over me, shaking his finger.
Hardcore.
It is. I'm pretty excited. So how do I push? Do I just take a stress or some number of stress?
It is 2 stress.
2 stress.
Stress, deal. And then maybe a finesse to, I don't know,
Yeah, I think so.
the
Yeah.
finesse to blow the trance powder. It's risky,
Yeah.
but standard effect, I guess.
Yeah.
Those guys aren't wearing like face plates or
They are. They are.
they
Well,
are.
you never see their faces.
Are.
They're in like this full armor.
So it's wait, so now that I know that detail, does my character think it probably won't work because Jenny didn't know
It's
about
gonna
the
be
face?
challenging. These are really high tier guys, so it's going to be a tough roll.
Okay.
So it is. So you are at.
So effect would be limited.
Yes, you're
Okay.
limited, and well, hold on, but you could.
Mhm.
You could make it desperate to make it standard. Well, hold on. To should I allow you to push a second? Well, you know what?
Devil's bargain.
What can I offer you as a devil's bargain?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Man, do we have any suggestions for devil's bargain here? Gotta make something ugly.
Yeah.
if she tries to blow it in their face, there's a sensor in the mask that goes off that they're trying to be poisoned.
I mean, I want to give her a chance to succeed at this, so I'm trying to think of like what the downside to her could be. What if?
What if, since we can't see their faces, I won't have any way of knowing right away if it was effective?
Okay.
And so it's like more of a chance that if I fail, he'll be getting me hard and fast
If
without
that's the case,
any
I'm
forewarning.
going to do it as a GM roll.
Yeah, and
We'll
then
figure
I'll
out how many.
know.
We'll figure out how many dice.
So I won't.
How many dice you got?
Okay, so I have 3 in finesse.
Yep, it's a push to just do it in the first place, and another.
And I already took the stress for the push. Is it another push for the devil's bargain?
No. It's just. Do you want the devil's bargain or not?
I'll take it.
To get to a potential standard success.
Yeah. And then, so question. Never mind. Yeah. I withdraw the thought of that question. It's gone now. Okay. You're deciding?
Yep. I made the roll.
Okay. So you know what happens?
You blow the stuff in there.
Okay.
And
then as soon as I do, I'm gonna head towards the door to the other exhibit in the hopes of getting the attention of a guard in there to say, hey, something's going on in here. I don't understand. Come and help. These things are floating. This guy's just standing here like a zombie. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I mean,
so the guard that was watching them is going to come back in. Is come towards you guys. Yeah.
The guard who was watching them with
the cleanup crew. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah. So yeah, now you're distracting both of the guards.
Cool.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Yep.
As far as I know.
Yep. As far as you know. So yeah. So let's cut back to the crew. So the rest of the crew, the
Okay.
guard that was
For the
guard was
record,
just watching you
my
guys.
goal is now to convince one of the guard that I just called in there to dangle from the testicles to try to pull the phallus down off.
Wow.
Here.
So what's going on? So you have the broken glass now.
Okay, so I'm going to say
And no guards in their room, right?
Right. No
They're
guards actively watching you now.
Okay.
well,
There's no
guards.
guards. No guards in our room.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
But they're in the next door, the next room over.
So shh.
So
Both
time to make the switch quickly.
All right. So is this a so it's having this hand, I think this is a flashback, right?
Yes.
All right, whose flashback is this?
I'll take the flashback. The inn owner guy was a smuggler, so have him arrange for us first a decent matching enough corpse in order to get the hand from to start with, and then do various prep and drying on the hand to get it closer to the hand in question.
Okay, and what kind of role are you going to do for this?
That's an excellent question.
I think to start with, this is going to be kind of a
Study maybe, or
I think it's going to be a couple. I think it's going to be a 2-stress flashback
okay.
to get this particular item, and you'll have to tell me what you're going to roll to like acquire it and prepare it and stuff, and that's going to tell us like how good of a replacement this thing is.
Wow.
Well, so I could study it to get to do the prep work for
Well,
saying that this looks close to what we're looking for, but Tinker seems to be the best. Or what
yeah,
else would fit for prep for the actual
for
conditioning of the
prep
hand?
Tinker, yeah.
I don't have that at all.
Yeah.
I've got a decent study and a decent tinker.
Does it
Yeah,
have to be? Yeah, does it have to be the same person making the roll
Well,
from the
you know,
flashback?
it could be a group thing. So if like Pete wants to make the roll for it, you know, it could be the flashback could be the two of you working on it together. So if you want to, like, you can assist him with it, I suppose. Spend another stress to give him another die.
well, then how are we getting the arm? Are we going to like talk to a Burke and Hare type, which might be a consort roll? Are we going to collect an arm from someone who wouldn't otherwise be missed, which would be more of a prowl thing?
Well, I was going to try to get the arm from the my smuggler, which I could do that by just a consort roll if
Yep,
you want to
yep.
start that way. So
Mhm.
I can roll consort for initial acquisition. Is that? And even flashback is still risky, right? Because it's still taking place in White Crown. So, not great.
And what is this roll for? This is to acquire a hand.
Yeah, a hand, body, whatever we can. Hand, body, arm. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, you guys you get your hand and you kind of compare and look at it. It doesn't look quite like the hand that's in there. So you're with a 4, I think you are you have a hand that is a like an 80% match. But again, hopefully because this is an artifact that nobody really seems to care about that much, you'll be okay.
So
Okay.
now, am I doing a study roll?
No, I don't think so. I think, I just wanted to take one roll for it, and I'll just accept the consort roll.
Okay.
Hey Bob.
I don't want us to get too bogged down with a lot of rolling.
Hey Bob.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have flashback.
Okay.
So while they were tinkering and doing stuff to get hand.
Yep.
I got just corpse hand, and when he switches the hands, I'm then going to finesse and put my fake hand and switch the real hand with it.
So you're gonna have the artifact hand, and they're gonna have, and the crew is gonna have a fake hand.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
I'm gonna push.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. No problem.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of the world is coming.
Yeah. Vetcher is a badass. He is the guy who can just pull whatever stealthy hijinks he wants with impunity.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's a done deal.
Oh,
And I can continue. It is same old thing as yesterday.
It's the same old thing as yesterday. All right.
There is a black cat caught in a high tree top. There is a flagpole and rag, and the wind won't stop.
what-
There's
oh,
that
I
on the
should
side.
know that's.
A little black spot on the sun today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I have new title.
Very cool. All right. Next.
Okay. So as far as we are concerned, we're still making the swap for.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So, guess I will probably choose Dashel to. You are the stealthiest among us. Otherwise, right?
Depends on what we're doing.
So we're gonna make the swap for the hand, or was Aldo going to do so?
Either way, I can do it.
I
Okay.
have no. Depends on what we're.
That's
I
just
have
it.
no, I have no finesse.
I have a little bit of finesse, so
Okay. Well, I don't think it really takes a lot of finesse at this point. There's nobody else in the room.
Yep.
I was
all
just
right.
wondering who can kind of get away with it the quickest.
Yeah, I can make the swap.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you go ahead and make the swap, and then I'll kind of announce loudly. It's
Oh,
like,
uh,
like got it, boss. It's like-
We got to put the glass back in.
yeah. Well, okay, I've got sort of plans for that too. So Aldo swaps out the hand, and so now he's got.
yeah, I drop the hand. I drop the hand I'm swapping out on top of the other hand.
And then he fumbles
Yeah.
for it, trips on him, steps on it, and it's like, oh
Yep.
man.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I think you guys have a bunch of hijinks here as you do that.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like Three Stooges.
Yeah. Jeez.
so I was going. It was going to be like a kind of fake thing, but I guess it's half real now. I'll announce loudly. It's like, you clumsy oaf! You've gone and cut yourself. Hurry to the washroom with you. Clean yourself up so we can continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now Aldo has a reason to be away from the rest.
Yeah. Do you want
I'll
me to
try to
grab
say that
one of
loud
the
enough
two hands?
so that the guards, have heard that there is a person leaving our group. So, so the,
Yep. And then, so I think over, I think, over the next, hour or so, you guys finish cleaning this area up and replace the glass, including cleaning up all the broken glass. The transpounder did, in fact,
Yeah, the transpounder works okay.
yeah. That's it. I rolled 2 6s and a 1.
No.
Yeah, for you. So he,
And
yes.
it should have been 4 dice.
Or did you also push?
Well, you gave me a devil's bargain. I had 3 in finesse. Plus 1 for the devil's bargain. Should have been 4.
Well, the devil's bargain I gave you for effect.
Oh,
Because normally you shouldn't be able to affect.
That's what you said.
Normally you shouldn't be able to attack a tier 6 dude.
That's what you said. I'm sorry. Do you remember that now? Never mind me. Not that I'm happy. I'm perfectly happy with the outcome anyway.
Very good.
So in the transpounder, in the phallus room. So
what
has happened here is, I got convinced the one guard that he needs to solve the problem of the floating phalluses. And while he's busy trying, and the other guy's just standing there doing nothing, and while he's busy trying to figure out, how to get those penises off the ceiling, I'm like, okay, well, good job. I'm done cleaning in here, so I'm going to go back and, move on to my next room. I don't want to lose this job. Okay, bye.
Okay.
And so then I go.
Yeah. Help them clean up glass and replace that glass and
how do we get this installed?
Yes.
We couldn't even break it ourselves.
I think it was way smoother once Min is in the room.
Might be.
Replacing this this glass stuff, and then
Yeah. Do you want a finesse roll?
And I think you guys make your way out. After a while, getting things cleaned up. I think you're pretty sure you didn't really do a very good job cleaning it. You don't actually know that much about cleaning up blood.
No.
I mean, you know a lot about spilling it, but not so much about how to get it out of carpet.
I mean, maybe out of clothes. So.
I just did a lot of scrubbing.
Yes, but we are used to taking out blood from dark clothing in the dark.
Yes.
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 That's true.
Correct.
I think I spread the stains rather than eliminated them.
Yeah. Not out of vibrant blue carpeting, in broad daylight.
Yeah. Because those are two things that don't exist in Duskwall.
Okay. So you guys head back to the Longhorn Inn to kind of lay low for a little bit.
Yep. I think so.
And we'll probably end there, and then we'll figure out how to that'll probably be like another job, figuring out how to get the hell out of the city.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yes. Very good.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Good job, everybody.
Thanks, Bob.
GG, folks.
Thank you very much.
Are we doing the end rewards now? Or
We usually do those at the
We did.
beginning. Oh no, you're right. After the job, we do XP.
You are correct. You are correct. We should do XP and stuff. All right.
There was very little murdering though. So
Yeah, I'll be in the
I'm so disappointed.
I hear you. All right, Min. So, first let's do the crew.
Okay.
Let's see. Smythe Co Liquidators. Execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, ransom. Contend with challenge above your station. Definitely. Bolster your reputation to develop a new one. Express the rules. I think. Let me think of 3. I'm thinking 3 because you're definitely the challenges above your station. I'm thinking you're doing twice, and the expressing the goals, drives, and inner conflicts. I think this is dealing with the circle of flame, who's been kind of a nemesis for a long time.
Plus, there was some unbeknownst to the others, some internal conflict.
There is.
God.
Awesome. All right, man. I see. Address the challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
I believe
I think
did.
twice.
Yeah. So
Beliefs, drives, and heritages.
maybe just like the playing on the I'm from Dustfall and Core and
Okay. Like the interactions with Michelle and struggling with your vice or traumas.
no.
Not so much. I guess
So I get 3.
Like 3, then we 1. Next we got Aldo Kiel. Awesome. Address a challenge with violence or coercion. I mean, you tried breaking glass. I think that counts at least
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
You were violent.
Express your
You just
belief,
weren't
drive,
violent
heritage, or
enough.
background, or struggling with trauma or vices. I still think it's worth 2. I mean,
Okay.
I love me some good failure.
Yeah. Oh boy, was I up there on the failure? I don't think I rolled a single die higher than 3 the entire night.
Pitcher. See, address the challenge with stealth or evasion. I would say, yeah. Those are heritages. What do you think of 3?
Sounds right.
Yeah. Thinking like one of each there. And then next is Dashel. I see address the challenge with tracking or violence. Definitely did some tracking. Not so much violence yet. Express your belief and drive the heritage. I mean, you did complain about not killing anybody. How about vices or traumas?
Not really. I mean, I complain. I guess beliefs drives heritage background.
I can crossover.
Pissed off at the people.
Oh, that's right. You know what? Yeah, that's 3 instead of 2.
Lackeys at the bar.
Yeah, so I think 3 is good.
All right, thank you.
And then Kasim. Let's see. Challenge with calculation or conspiracy.
Yes.
I'd say you did that at least twice.
Yeah.
And then drives and heritages and backgrounds, struggle with vices. You don't have any vices yet, do you? But you did a lot of your work through your contacts and stuff. So let's go through for that. I like that.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I'll see you. Yep. See you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Next time.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much.